Black Coffee with a Side of Tea starts now only on Stunner Radio.
This show was sponsored in part by Flat Fee Tax Prep and Services, offering quality tax preparation, serving clients nationwide. For more information, visit www.flatfeecreditandtax.com. And don't forget to mention Stunner Radio sent you.
Hey guys, welcome back to Black Coffee with a Side of Tea. Awesome to see you again on this pre-Easter, the day before Easter. I know you guys are out there probably getting your Easter suits and your Easter hats and your Easter shoes and getting those Easter baskets. But make sure you tune in because we got some good tips for you and information that you want to hear. This juicy tea is always amazing right before Easter. And I'm going to bring in my girls and we're going to do a sister check-in for the week. Hey, ladies.
Hey.
Sister check-in for the week. I'm loving this red. Number one stunner. I'm loving this red. Come on, red. Head.
I'm doing good. I'm drinking my cocktail of the week.
Come on, cocktail of the week. And I'm loving the straw that matches the red lipstick.
And you know this. So this cocktail is made with Black Girl Magic Bubbly Rosé. You guys go check it out. You can find this anywhere liquor is sold.
I like that you say liquor. All the syllables. Let's say all the syllables. Liquor.
Liquor.
And it looks amazing. Got the strawberry on there.
It is really good. This is the Bubbly Rosé. Like I said, it's by the McBride sisters, the Black Girl Magic Bubbly Rosé.
Yes.
And it's mixed with a little raspberry sherbet.
Come on, sherbet.
So it's like a dessert cocktail. Very delicious, you guys. I'm going to put my recipe out this week so that you can try it and let us know what you think.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It sounds amazing already. And I ain't even had it. The way you sipping it makes me want to have some.
Well, you know, everybody needs a little cocktail.
Absolutely. Cocktails are necessary.
Yes. So my week was good. It went by so super fast. I was really thinking, like, what happened to the week?
Absolutely. I definitely can agree with that. It was, for me, it was a long week, but I can agree that it did go fast. I got some exciting news on Friday. So
that's good.
I did amazing. I was so proud of myself because I was really stressed, but I got me some ashwagandha gummies that made me unstressed.
All right.
So I'm glad I had those that actually wind me down and made me be mellow and do what I needed to do. So,
that's
so I had to go. Yeah, so I was excited.
Yes.
Go ahead.
You did mention that it's Easter tomorrow, Resurrection Sunday, and I really hope that everybody already got your outfits and your hats and all that, because I was out today and I was like, what's going on? Why are so many people out? I literally forgot that it was Easter weekend. It's so many people because I really don't celebrate it in the traditional sense. Because it's such the holiday has been so commercialized and there's so many pagan imageries mixed in with the religious aspect of Resurrection Sunday. So I don't really celebrate with the Easter eggs and the Easter bunny because I'm not affiliated with that. I'm not about that life of the whole commercial aspect of it. So I kind of forgot
that
it was Easter weekend.
And it actually fell on an untraditional weekend. If you think about it, the days and numbers of this particular week is not normally associated with Easter weekend. So that's why I had to remember too, because I actually forgot that it was going to be Good Friday on Friday. I was like, oh, it's Good Friday. I was like, I don't normally have that day off. So it was normal for me just to work. I didn't remember that it was Good Friday until my sister-in-law was like, Friday is Good Friday. I was like, oh, well, it's not a traditional Easter weekend. Usually falls differently.
And that's the reason why I say the paganism of the holiday. People really need to learn about it because the date is determined by it's being the first Sunday after the full moon. So we have to ask ourselves, what does that have to do with the resurrection of Christ? I mean, does it connect? Because if it does, I just need to know how does it connect?
Right.
Because it doesn't sound like there's a connection to that. But
Not
that's
at all.
how they determine the date because it's based on
Absolutely.
a lunar cycle.
Absolutely. And I definitely agree with that because if most people don't know, today is the start of a full moon at 1:57 p.m. today.
Mm.
So it's on purpose. It's on purpose.
Hey, Miss Diva Reed,
Hey,
Easter
Miss
is
Green.
only Mitch in one time in the Bible. I think she said mentioned. So I think she
Mm-hmm.
said Easter is only mentioned one time in the Bible. Wow.
Right.
I do believe in the resurrection of Christ. I do believe that that is something very miraculous that we should all celebrate. But I'm not a big fan of mixing these holidays with pagan holidays and all this other imagery that nobody seems to explain to us. Like, why do we color the eggs? What do the bunny got to do with it? What is going
Nothing.
on with these egg hunts? Like, even when I was a kid, I
Right.
just
What does
didn't.
that
Right.
represent?
Yeah. Like,
Right.
why do we? And then people go overboard with their kid is looking for the Easter bunny just like he looking for Santa Claus. And that is weird to me. Like, I don't get it. To each its own. And I'm not judging, but
Right.
I'm just saying I need to find some understanding in it because I can't get
Yep.
with it.
Right. I actually had this
Yeah.
conversation last weekend,
I
and
agree
it was
with
a
Miss
gentleman.
Diva Reed. She said man made.
Absolutely.
I agree. Definitely a man-made holiday. I feel like a lot of the holidays do get taken out of place, but especially Easter. Especially
Yeah.
Easter, because what are you really celebrating? What is your family really, what are you representing? What are you showing your kids? What are you teaching them when you have them do
Right.
Easter egg hunts and dress up just for church on this Sunday? What are you teaching your family?
Right.
Exactly. And it's such a powerful story. If you believe in Christ and you believe in the resurrection of Christ, don't let that story get lost in this because that's a powerful
Absolutely.
story. That's powerful
Absolutely.
for a man who
Agreed.
was innocent to be crucified for the sins of the world and then to by the power of God and of the Holy Spirit to raise from the dead to take power over death, power over sin, power over sickness and disease. If you believe that, then you can't let this other stuff overpower that story. That's a powerful story. It's powerful.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I definitely agree with that. And that is the main key. And if you keep that at the forefront, all this other stuff is neither here nor there. Because first of all, a bunny don't have eggs. If you think about it, if you put two and two together, a bunny does
Oh,
not
that's so true.
hatch eggs. Chickens do. But a chicken doesn't make sense in the interim because a chicken can't be cute. A bunny can. If you think about it,
I guess
chickens
that's
and
why
bunnies are different.
yeah, I guess that's why it was always so weird to me. Where the bunny come from and where the eggs come from in relation to a bunny?
They don't make sense together, but it's to get you to do things that normally you wouldn't do. Let's put a bunny and put eggs together. That's gonna be colorful and make kids want to. It's a project for them and the parents, but then the bunny is absolutely don't make sense because it don't lay eggs.
And I
Don't have eggs.
understand, I understand family time and family traditions, and I'm with that. I like how families get together and they do things, but I just feel like it has to be a purpose behind it. It can't just be like you need to know what you're celebrating. You need to know what it is that you're glorifying. You can't just do anything that everybody else do. I'm not a fan of that. And I was thinking today, like, oh Lord, when my kids get grown, they're gonna be telling their wives and everything. Well, my mama didn't take us to the Easter egg hunt. My mama didn't dress us up. And I'm gonna stand by it because no, I didn't.
Absolutely.
Because I grew up that way and I didn't like it because nobody would explain to me why are we doing this. I've never
Because
been a person to just go with the program. I need to understand why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Right. You're gonna ask questions. Why are we doing this? Miss Diva Reed say the bunny, the eggs would not even be in top while we doing the bunny and the eggs.
Right.
That's true.
And,
Yeah.
and I think that it's sad that people just go along with it and don't explain it to their children. I know it's fun for the kids, but we could do other fun things with our kids.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I don't want to.
There's other things to teach them.
I don't want to
Maybe,
rain on nobody parade, and I don't want to.
right.
I'm not judging, or maybe I am making a judgment, but everybody do what makes you happy. I'm just saying, make it make sense.
Absolutely. I'm with you on that one. Because if it don't make sense, that's how I look at stuff too. If stuff doesn't make sense, I can't process it.
Yeah, it's very hard for me.
Yeah. I'm like, so what are we talking about again? And don't have tell me, because then I'm definitely not gonna process the information. To give me the whole story or none at all.
Absolutely. But I mean, I do enjoy springtime. I do enjoy the kids being on spring break. Everybody doing their what do you call it? Doing the dress up thing, going to church together. I do feel like that is a good thing. So however you get to do it, do it.
Right. Spring flowers bring May showers.
And you just messed that all the way.
No, it's the other way around, but you know what I meant. Everybody know what I meant.
Yeah. She said, I'm just gonna remix this thing.
I'm a remixer. Hey, I'm gonna
April
do it.
showers bring May flowers. That's
There you
that's
go.
what they say. But hey,
I
April
don't know.
April is always the showers. Okay, April is about
Hello.
showers. April is about bringing the rain, making it rain in all types of ways. I'm just saying, as an April baby, we got to represent.
Absolutely. Yes, us April babies. We bring actually we are the first people to actually we recognize spring. All y'all behind us, y'all just coming after. But we actually bring spring in. We bringing it in. We represent spring
And
because we
spring
bloom.
represents revivals and
Right.
births and blooming and blossoming and just new and fresh.
Yes, absolutely.
Mhm.
Nature. You see flowers. That's when people get into gardening. You see people are more outside, more than they normally were because now winter is over. Now you have an opportunity to revive everything that around your house. You see people do projects with their backyards and their porches and all that kind of stuff. That's when those sales you see come about. People get into that kind
Absolutely.
of stuff.
And let me
So
just say this as far as the gardens and the garden centers. So I am bad when it comes to plants. So I'm wanting to be a plant parent. I went to the garden center this week and I did not see one black person. I'm like, what's going on? Like, where the black folks at? Because I need somebody to speak to me in a language I can understand. Because don't be sending me to know. I said I just want a regular house plant that's easy to maintain.
well,
And
I
they
got
keep,
one for you.
keep giving me all these suggestions, and I was just lost. Like, okay, so what do I do with it, and how do I water it? Where's the fertilizer? What do I do? And they gave me this information, but I was like, where the brothers at? I just need a brother.
You needed a brother or a
I need
sister
a
to tell you.
brother
You
or a
needed a
sister,
brother.
but I prefer the brother.
Of course. I
Talk to your
prefer
girl.
the brother.
Yes. So to all the black men out there who know about gardening and plants and all of that,
Send
holla
us
at
a
your girl.
DM. Yes. Send a DM
Yes.
to Black Coffee with a side of tea.
Absolutely. Holla at your girl because I need a little assistance.
Absolutely. Because
Yeah.
that's the kind of plants I have, friend. I have two types of plants. And I'll tell you the one that I love the most is called a pathos plant. And it doesn't require a lot of maintenance.
That's what I got.
And
That's what I ended up getting.
good choice.
And it's
That's
really
it.
pretty.
Oh, it looks like so it looks like it's a sister or brother to an ivory
Mm-hmm.
when it starts growing. So it can that's where it can get me most people can think it's an ivory, but it's not an ivory, it's a pathos. And so it doesn't require a lot of maintenance. And so that's why I like it, because I can water it. And if I forget to water it, it's still thriving.
Well,
Snake plant like that as well.
I saw a snake plant. I didn't like the way the leaves looked. I liked the leaves on the pathos. It was either that or cactus. And I mean, I was like, the cactus is gonna be my last resort. Let's try this pathos first. And we'll see how far we go with that. But it's doing good, and I love plants. So it's heartbreaking that I can't keep them alive because they make me happy. The greenery and all the plants, they make me happy. So I do have a lot of artificial plants in my environment, but I want real. I want life. You know, life. I'm full of life, so I need life around me. So
absolutely,
and I can't do animals. So plants is the best. Plants. That's
it. Close enough to nature.
Can't do animals except fish. Right. Yeah, because they stay in their habitat, and I stay in mine.
You say they stay in their habitat, and well, yes, that's true. There are other animals that stay in their habitat too, besides fish. But I understand when animals require a lot of maintenance.
Yes, I'm taking care of 2 children, so I ain't got no room. So anyway, how was your week? You said you did good. You achieved something this week. That's awesome. What caught your eye online this week?
So what caught my eye online was with the fact that this rumor about Rihanna and this cheating with, I was like, really, sir? Really, sir? Why this? Why her? Because that's in my mind, she's one of my besties. In my mind, she my bestie, and you can't do that to my bestie. We not doing that.
Well, we have found that is not true. I knew it wasn't true. It just didn't sound true to me. First of all, when somebody cheats and it's somebody close to you, the name is never mentioned. They don't do that. Like when Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce, it was some names that circulated, but nobody was like, it was her and it was this person and that. It was a few names that was thrown out there. But to point at an individual like that, somebody that's pretty well known that works for Rihanna, come on now. It just didn't sound true to me. Right. Nobody's going to do that and let that just slip like that. And if they did, we're going to hear from them first.
Absolutely.
It's not just going to be on the blogs.
Right.
No.
Yeah. When I saw that, I was like, oh my goodness, that's crazy. Yeah. But that people always, when you're a celebrity, that kind of comes with the territory. People are always trying to find some dirt or try to make you look bad online. And so, that's
well, she came out with a statement to clear it up and stated that this was absolutely a rumor, absolutely 100% not true. It's something that she would never do. And it was just vicious. It was a vicious rumor. And we know that when you shining and people see that you're in love, see, it's one thing to be a billionaire. But it's another thing to be a billionaire in love too, bitch. It's like, damn, you got it all. Now we don't have to interrupt your shine. Hold on.
Right. You're doing too much. You're doing too much.
That's what happened. That's what happened. Right. It's like, okay, you already rich as hell. You got a fine man on your shoulder and you pregnant about him. Y'all talk about getting married. This too much. Some hater had to step in and say, look, let's throw some shade on this.
Exactly.
Let's interrupt this shine.
That's crazy. And that's why I say you give people their space. That's what people forget, that they are human beings. They just have money and they have the notoriety.
Well, they're talented too. Let's not take away from their talent. Yeah,
that was my next thing. They're very talented. And when I say she came in and changed the game of makeup like nobody ever did, she did that. And makeup, skincare,
lingerie, skincare,
everything,
clothing, representation as far as her fashion shows. I mean, the girl is extremely smart. She is a smart businesswoman. She's become a billionaire. I mean, come on. I don't think people understand how big that is. That's huge. Mm-hmm. But also, she's not messy. You haven't seen her in no rehab. She ain't coked out. You have seen her living her life and being a good example for young girls. When you see her do her thing, it's not that she's super covered up, but she ain't trashy either.
That's right.
So I love Rihanna, and I just feel like sometimes you shine too bright, and people they got to throw some.
They try to bring the darkness. They be trying to bring the darkness when that light is shining bright and it's blinding them and they are, oh no, I got to bring some darkness now because this light is blinding me and I don't like the light that much. I want to be in the dark. So let me make up something.
Yes, and let that be a lesson to all of us. Once you get your shine on and you get to shining, especially when you got a man and both y'all shining together for whatever reason, people start hating. They can't stand it. They cannot stand it. It's already bad enough when you shining alone, but bitch, you got a man too, and he
fine with too.
He support your shine. Oh hell no! People like, oh no, hell no. We finna interrupt.
That's too much.
It's too much. It's too much.
It's too much. It makes it like envious. People get envious.
Yes,
and they be like, oh no,
that's why you gotta ease it on them. You gotta ease it on them. You can't put everything on them. You just gotta ease it on them. Trust me, I'm taking notes. I'm easing it on them because I'm shining. I'm gonna get my shine on in a major way in the next few years. But trust and believe, when my king come, y'all may not even much know about it until we already done put a ring on it, baby. Because I already know how haters live.
Hello,
I don't even need y'all to look at mine.
You took my words because that's exactly my sentiments, and I say that all the time. When I'm done, it'll be 12 months later or 17 months later, depending on how I feel.
Yes.
Yes, it's gonna be months later. You will never know. I've been and went on several trips and everything else.
Yes, Miss Devery. That's why I don't put all my statuses on Facebook. When I see people putting everywhere they are and every what they're doing, I'm like, oh my God. I'll do stuff if it's something in it for me. Like if the location or the venue asks me to tag them, I'll tag them.
Right.
Or if they're asking me to partner with them, or if the person that I'm with wants to do it. But for the most part, I'm out here living and I don't need nobody to know. I don't need nobody to know about it. You live and let me live. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I don't want you to know my every move.
Yes,
it's better to move in silent. Yes, be married. Miss Devery say be married. Exactly.
Absolutely.
Because when you keep it out of social media and you do what you do, it's much better because then you don't have all these extra parties inhabiting your relationship because you don't need that. That's where you need to be in that relationship, building those bonds.
And it's unfortunate that we want to see people fail. It's so sad. You can have people in your own circle and they'll act like they want you to win, but secretly they're like, okay, she's doing too much. I want one of these projects to fail. I don't want everything she doing too much. I want one of these projects to fail. And as much as you want it to fail, it's not going to fail. It's not gonna fail. Sorry.
Miss Devery say half the time now statuses don't even be real. That's true. You know what, Miss Devery? You hit the nail on the head because people don't have what they want and desire isn't really happening. So they make up stuff so they can be relevant and be in the timeline. I've seen that too. Sitting on the couch, ain't nowhere.
It's absolutely the case, but it's unfortunate that people feel like they have to do that because, when you really got it going on, you ain't got to tell nobody. You just got it going on. You ain't got to broadcast it. It's just like most people who really have money and have had money for a long time, they ain't got to post their car, house, jewelry. They ain't got to post none of that because, we're not trying to get nobody trying to knock over there, trying to come and rob them. They don't trying to get nobody trying to bother them. So they just keep their situation low key.
Right, because you enjoy it much better when you don't have nobody clocking you. You ain't got to watch your cameras. You ain't got to worry about having extra security, because now you got people watching you because they know what you got and you already posted. You forgot to white out your license plate, or you got your address in the background. People look up your whole address because they know your whole full name.
Yes. Oh, come on, Miss Devery. Then you become an ATM machine. That's
right.
That part. I mean, even when people think you got a little change, you know, not to be rude, but every time somebody died, they in your DM, and it's like y'all need to have life insurance, boo boo. I'm you
Hello?
know, you know, I'm just saying, I'm over here grinding for me and mine. So
Right.
you know, it ain't but so much I'm gonna be able to do. No disrespect, but that's why you got to keep things kind of like to yourself.
Absolutely. Move in silence at all times. I can
Yes.
definitely say that I've done that because when I got my house, I didn't post nothing. Nothing. Two New Jerseys.
Well,
Okay.
I was gonna say, yeah, I feel you on that, but I wanted to share this story that caught my eye on social media because we have been talking about trans, you know, trans
Right.
women,
Mm-hmm.
trans, and how being a trans person is kind of shaking things up. So this is a story
Absolutely.
that I saw on Baller Alert, and it was two New Jersey inmates got pregnant by a trans inmate at a state prison for women. So at this state prison, they are allowing trans women, which are men who have transitioned. I mean, but
Right.
here, okay, so let's just tell the story first, then I have questions.
Okay.
They are allowing them to be housed with women who are born female. I want to make
Right.
sure I say this correctly.
Right.
So for me, here's the thing for me. How is it a transition if you still got a thing, you know, a thing? If you still slinging that thing, how is it a transition? I'm just asking because I'm ignorant to this. I'm not understanding. So you can say you transition, but you still got a thing. I'm trying to understand because
I'm just so lost that this would be okay. Let me start there. That's my first thing. That's my first issue. Is that I understand that you're transitioning with being a woman, and it's not a joke, but I'm so confused as to how it's okay. But then at the same time I could see, because if you're in a male prison, there's backlash, you know? And
I
so
I kind of understand, but here's my issue with it. If I put myself in the shoes of the female inmates, if I'm being in prison, especially if I've been in prison for any time over a year, I ain't had none. I could smell a penis. I don't care if you got on a dress. I don't care if you got on stilettos. I don't care if your lashes and your wig is better than mine, baby. If you got a thing, I can sense it. And I'm gonna be over in your bunk talking about how you doing. How you doing? So, sister, you know what's up, girl? Girl,
right. Exactly.
yeah. Can I hold some? Mm-hmm.
I'm
Come
just,
holler
yeah.
at me.
And then that seems so not. And then it says they pregnant.
They're pregnant. They were having sex with these women. I mean, let's just be real and be honest about it. Nature gonna take its course.
Absolutely.
If you locked up and you're not free and you're in a situation, Miss DeVry said, what the what?
What
Yes.
the what? Yes.
Yes. If you're not free, you're locked up and you're in a situation where you haven't been
Right.
with a man and it's a trans woman in your vicinity, she gonna start looking real good. Especially got that thing. And you know she know how to make it bang bang. You're gonna be like, hey. What it do,
Oh,
baby? You know, just keep
right.
it real. I
Oh
mean, what would you
wow.
do in that situation?
Well, you know what? It depends. So I would have to be. This is hypothetically. Um, it probably, yeah. Hypothetically, if I was in prison and I knew I ain't have no inkling of ever getting out, then they probably would.
Well,
That's
see,
hypothetically. But
that's good. That's good that you have to know you're not getting out. I could be getting out next year, but if I ain't had none, and it's somebody in the next cell that got a little thing, I'm trying to holler. I ain't gonna even lie. I ain't gonna even lie. It's already depressing because I'm locked up.
Right.
You know? So you want that be held, that caressing, and then of course you want that thing. You want the wood. You want that. I mean, let's just be real. So I don't care if you look like a girl. If you got the right equipment, nature gonna take its course.
Absolutely.
That's why I think it's a bad
that.
idea. I think it's a bad idea for them to be housed together. I understand
Absolutely.
the
Because
behind it, but
yeah, I understand the reasoning behind. I understand the reasoning behind it because of the male prison population. They're subject to be ridiculed on a daily basis. But at the same time, it's a conflict because you're in a female prison, and technically
you still got a penis.
have to have.
You got to have a penis to get a woman pregnant. So
Right.
you haven't fully transitioned.
No,
You might have
they haven't done
breast
the
implants.
full surgery.
Yeah, you might have breasts. You might have a full lace front install. But as long as you still got that penis, you can still get people pregnant. I'm just saying. So for
I
me,
know.
I feel like this is bad because for the women, it's like, now what you gonna tell your child? Not only was you born in prison, but Maria, your daddy.
Right. That's a weird conversation.
Oh my God, yes, it is.
But Mama, why Maria look like you at the top? That's
Exactly.
the question that's gonna happen because the new generations, you didn't question anything your parents said back in the day. But now these kids be like, that ain't my daddy.
It's a lot. That's all I can say.
That's a lot to talk about.
It's a lot. It's a lot to deal with for real.
Absolutely, it's a lot to deal with.
But I mean, I hope they make some changes in this, because what are the women supposed to do?
Right.
You know, it's already bad enough the women be having sex with the guards, you know, the prison guards. Now you got trans women in here that have penises. And I mean, you can only have so much willpower. And then how do we know it was consensual? We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know. So that's an issue for me. And I hope they bring about some changes for this. This is a bad look for New Jersey.
It's a bad look, period. Yeah. For any state, whatever state it is, it's a bad look.
Yeah. So anyway, I think it's a good time to take a break, and we'll come back with, you got some tea for us, T Baby?
I got some tea, boo.
All right, we'll come back with a side of tea with T Baby. Don't y'all go nowhere. We'll be right back. I hate you, but I love you at the same damn time.
Hey, it's your girl Lisa Danae, and you're listening to my single Love Hate, available now on all music platforms.
You stray, the words you say, I just can't make up my mind. Sometimes I think I hate you, but I love you at the same damn time.
Hey, this is T Baby, and I'm coming to you with a side of tea that you discuss in the comfort of your home, that side of juicy tea.
Hey guys, I'm back with the side of tea. So this week, I want to talk about Will Smith is being Chris Rock's brother. Let me see if I can share my screen. I'm gonna show.
So what did you say, Chris Rock's brother, Tony Rock?
No, it's not. It's actually is it Tony Rock? No, Chris Rock has another brother.
Oh,
Doing a celebrity boxing match, and he calling out Will Smith. He said he didn't have a opponent this time, but he calling out Will Smith. So basically, he telling him he want to his ass. Basically, I ain't got nobody else, but since you hit my brother, I want to fight you. Let
So
me
what?
fight you.
I mean, I think that's kind of silly
But
because we know Will Smith is not gonna fight him.
right, right. We know he's not gonna fight him. It's just he just needed an opponent because he feel like, hey, I need to defend my brother.
I think he needed people to know that Chris Rock had another brother.
Absolutely, because
Because quite frankly, I didn't know until today.
and they look polar opposite, like
Mm.
polar opposite. You cannot tell that. I wouldn't have known that was his brother.
Oh
That's
wow.
that he wear glasses. He's lighter than he is. He looks very nerdy.
He a brother by another mother. They
Exactly.
got the same daddy on their grandma's side.
Girl, no, you need to add an extra relative in there.
Yes.
Because you know that does happen.
Yeah, it does. I mean, everybody trying to ride the train because I don't think anybody has ever seen anything happen on that wide scale where everybody in the world was talking about it. So
Absolutely.
everybody trying to get in on the story and add their little part to it and say, well, I got something to say too, and I got something to say. I mean, I saw the story this week where Chris Rock said he ain't saying nothing until he get paid.
Can you blame him?
And I cannot blame him. I'm with him on that. Show me the money.
The coins.
Yeah, and I ain't coming through unless the bag's straight.
And it better be a hefty bag.
I'm
hefty
with
bags.
Because we want to hear what he has to say. We want to hear what he has to say. And so it's valuable to the viewers. So somebody gonna pay him. Somebody's gonna
pay them coins because they want to know what's the real deal. Because there was a video circulating too saying that they made up and all this kind of stuff. But of course they're not gonna publicize that one because the slap makes more publicity than them actually being cool with each other.
Well, I think there's a lot of stuff circulating because unfortunately social media gets people clout. So people post all kind of stuff and half the time they don't know what they're talking about. They just posting it for clout.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's part of being in a celebrity. You just know that it comes with the territory. And then when of course they banned Will Smith from the Oscars, he don't care. He gonna still get his coin. Because he gonna have a whole bunch of movies.
I'm sure he knew that was a possibility. I'm sure he knew that that was a possible consequence, and hopefully he's able to live with it.
Right.
You know? I know I would be. I mean, do it affect my check? If it don't affect my check, then it's all good.
It's all good. The other thing I did want to talk about, I don't know why I can't share my screen. I apologize. Is that Cuba Gooding Jr. pleads guilty to forcible touching and lands a plea deal to avoid jail time. So he has a criminal case where he was accused of violating 3 different women at various times at a Manhattan nightclub in 2018 and 2019. This has been this has been happening to a lot of people coming up to where these men, because they're celebrities, they feel they can do whatever they want to do. I'm gonna touch you, I'm gonna do whatever I want to do to you, and that you're not supposed to say anything. And that's not cool.
Yes.
If it works for the regular person, it works for you too, because if you forcing me to do something, I'm gonna say something. Yeah. You don't get away with it because your name is Cuba Gooding Jr. or whoever your celebrity name is. You don't get to put your hands on people. You don't get to do stuff like that. That's not cool. That's a violation of my personal space.
Right.
Don't do that.
And a lot of these celebrities are not used to people saying no to them. Absolutely. All they're used to hearing is yes.
Absolutely. Miss DeVries say, keep your hands to yourself. I agree.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't know why they think they can just put their hands on people. That's not cool.
Because most of the time they can, and that's what they're used to. Most of the time they can just walk up to somebody, touch them, hug them, feel them, grab them, proposition them. And a lot of women is here for it. They're like, oh yes, this person talked to me, that person talked to me, because they're trying to get some type of notoriety for themselves or some type of money for themselves.
Right.
So normally they with it.
Was Diva saying entitlement? Absolutely. Absolutely, because they have their assistants and whomever that don't say no. They do whatever they say and do because that's their job. And if they say no, they're not gonna have a job.
Right.
If I tell you go around the corner to get my crack, oh no, I can't do that, sir. I didn't. Oh, you saying no to me? Okay, well, go ahead and fire her and send the next person in, because that's exactly what they're gonna do.
Absolutely.
Exactly what they do. So that's how they get away with a lot of stuff, is people not saying no. But when people start talking is when it hit the fan. And that's what's happening, is that I've been seeing that a lot, is that these women are coming to the forefront, speaking up, and it's shattering a lot of personalities or personas that have been put on the forefront as these people are goody two shoes or they don't do anything, but on the back end they doing a whole lot of dirty stuff.
Well, we all know that some men ain't even gotta be a celebrity. You could deal with a regular dude and he think he entitled to just touch you any kind of way, or he entitled to grab you and hold you and kiss you. And it's like, boy, I don't know you.
Right.
You don't touch me like that. What's going on here? So I know that for a fact that women, period, have to always make our boundaries very clear to these men.
Very clear.
Sometimes they get an attitude. And the crazy part, it's not always just the men. Sometimes it's women too. It's like, calm down with all the touchy-feely stuff.
Right.
Like,
right.
You
have to read it. But you have to read people's body language. That people's body language tells you whether or not they want to be touched.
Yes.
And their facial expression tells you, like, if you coming close to be like they start doing like this, and you steady coming close, you don't know what this person capable of now, because you're violating their space.
And just be a decent human being and respect people's boundaries, respect people's personal space. I was over here trying to find the clip of the baby, because the baby.
Oh, that too. That he stay in the news. It's never not
sometimes they be their husbands.
That's true too, because they think that's a sense of entitlement too, Ms. DeVry. Absolutely. You married to me, I can put your hands, I can touch you, I can grab you. I was actually watching a movie like that last night, and in that movie, it was talking about that. People,
that's a whole another can of worms, man. Like that is a whole can of worms, because a lot of people feel like a husband do have the right, or a wife do have the right. I personally do not feel that way. And I think that's incorrect, because just because I am married to you, or if I'm in a relationship with you, doesn't mean I'm your property. See,
absolutely.
We came out of slavery. We ain't slaves no more. So we're not property of anyone. But a lot of people do get it twisted. Even the church sometimes teach people that they can't say no to their husband. What? I'm a whole grown ass woman. If I don't want to have sex, I can't say no. Y'all got it all the way twisted. And yeah, no, they do not have that right. Exactly, Miss Thievery. I agree. But a lot of churches teach something very different. Because I know from a church that I was in when I was married, and they used to tell the women, submit to your husband. You can't refuse your husband. If your husband wants sex, you can't say no. I was like, the hell I can't. My mouth can say whatever I tell it to say.
Exactly.
My mouth can say a whole lot of things. What you mean can't?
Ms. DeVry said that part. No means no. And that's absolutely correct. No. That's absolutely correct. And I agree with you.
This clip I was trying to find was of a baby. I couldn't find it, but it was a similar situation where he was dealing with fans and they was asking him to sign stuff, and the baby. He just reached out to one particular fan, grabbed her face, and tried to kiss her. And he was like, and she said, And I was thinking to myself, what is wrong with you, dude? Like, you can't just grab somebody's face just because she your fan. That don't mean she want to kiss you, boy. And then when she said no, he was kind of shocked, like, what? You know who I am? I'm the baby.
That's right. Exactly what he was thinking in his mind. You gonna say no to me?
Yes.
I get whatever I want to get.
That's
and
what
do whatever I want to do.
That's what he thought. And then he came under the post. I think it was posted by the Shade Room. I can't remember what blog it was posted by. And he felt like he had to explain it. So he said, oh, Shorty was mad because I was trying to holler at her girl first. No, it doesn't matter what. The point is, she did not want to kiss you.
Right. He trying to justify it now. You can't justify that.
You should never. You should never assume you're gonna grab a total stranger's face. He grabbed her whole face and pulled it in like it. I was like, what's wrong with this dude? Now, can you imagine if he did that in public, what he would do in private?
That's why. I can only imagine, because we saw where he went live with his baby mother, and put her on blast, and it just belittled her,
Yeah.
So you can only imagine when that camera not on, what he was really saying.
Yeah, and he's not alone. It's so many of these men who feel so powerful and so entitled, and they feel like they can just do whatever they want. And I don't want to make it sound like it's just men, because it's women too. Women do the same thing. Like women who feel like if they married to a dude, or if they're in a relationship, when they get mad, they can just hit him. They put their hands on him. No, you can't. Yep. If he knocked your ass out, don't be looking stupid.
Right. Yeah, because at the end of the day, like we said, boundaries are so important, and you got to put them up at the beginning and state them, because when you don't state them, you are allowing people to step over your boundaries. Have a conversation. Boundaries are important. Celebrity or no celebrity. If I tell you if I say don't touch me, don't put your hands on me.
And then you have to be strong enough to stand by it, because I know for a fact, in this day and age we live in, most women, you're going to be by yourself for a minute, because these men want to do whatever they want to do, however they want to do it. Absolutely. And if you say no, or if you have any objection, they'll ghost you, or they don't want nothing to do with you. But you got to be okay with that, because your personal boundaries is more important than having a relationship with a loser.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's what they be banking on, is that you have the boundary. But then if I say I'm gonna stop talking to her, and then if I circle back a couple of months later, let me see if that boundary is still working, and if she's lonely enough to accept the invite that I'm giving her. And that's what they be banking on. That's what they be banking on. And like you said, if you set it up front, and you, like you say, you gotta stand by, you can't be in that weak woman, be like, oh, okay, well, yeah, I'll let you come over.
No. And you have to be okay with losing that person, because you have to understand, if they don't respect you, like what Miss Diva Reese say, it's respect. If they don't respect you and respect your boundaries, then bye. Exactly. I remember we talked about this on I think it was maybe late last year, when I was in the dating scene. I'm so over it now, so done with it. Jesus Christ, gonna have to send my husband, because I'm so done. I don't want to be bothered. I'm only about my business at this point. If y'all see me with a man, know that he is certainly God sent, because I am not with the shiggity. Okay, I'm done with it. But when I was in the dating scene, I remember like texting with this guy, and he was like, would you like to have dinner? We talked about this, T-Baby. Right. Now, if somebody asks you, would you like to have dinner? Then of course you don't think they're saying at their house. So if he said, would you like to have dinner? I said, yes. Okay, we can have dinner. And then the next text was, but it's at my house. Now, I ain't never even met you. We met online. So if you think my first time meeting you is going to be coming to your house, boo-boo, you got me confused with somebody else. I'm not her. So I, respectfully declined to say, no, I don't want my first time meeting you to be at your house. And he gave me this whole long paragraph, and Lord knows if I
I
still
remember that. Oh
if
Lord,
I still had it, I would put it up on the screen because y'all not gonna believe this. The man said all this stuff about how is you a singer, and I know you've gone to producers' houses and you've gone to there, and you mean to tell me if I was a producer, you wouldn't come to my house? First of all, you're not. So what's the point of a hypothetical? You're not a producer. You just some Negro trying to get me to come of your house and think you're gonna get lucky. No, sir. I'm not the one. Then a whole nother long paragraph about all y'all women want us to do is spend money on you. And sometimes it ain't about money. I was trying to be a gentleman and cook for you. You could have cooked for me and packed it up in some nice little containers and brought it to the park. What the what?
Right. Yes, Miss Devery. Absolutely. That is what it is.
Cheap. And I'm okay with cheap. If you on a budget, hey, we'll work on that together and get your money right. I'm okay with it if you say, look, baby, I'm on a budget. I ain't got no money to be taking you out. Okay, but do you got some ham sandwich? You got money? Do you got some bologna and some bread and some cheese? Because you can clearly put that together. But I am not coming to your house to partake of that. We can meet at a nice little park. That was not the issue. The issue was you thought you was going to get some.
Absolutely. And that's exactly what they be banking on.
And it is cheap because for me, it's like this. Hoes is on the street. Hoes on this and that. If that's all you want to get some, baby, stop being cheap and go and give up that $40. Go and get it up because it's not happening here. So, I mean, it's the audacity of it all.
It's like, that's my part.
Yeah. And then to try to brainwash me or gaslight me. So you women do this and you women do that. So if I was a weak woman, he thought I was going to try to prove, I'm not that type of woman. I don't care. You can say whatever you want to say.
Right.
Because I'm secure in my identity. I know who I am. But who I am not is a fool.
And that's what he was banking on, is that you would. That's why he did both of those paragraphs. The first one to say, well, if you do this when you go to a producer house, why is it a problem that you come to my house? We already established you're not a producer. Then he said, well, that didn't work. Let me try a new paragraph.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure these are already pre-typed.
Probably so.
They're pre-typed. He just copies and pastes them into the chat when he get the.
I don't know if they pre-typed because I don't think he's probably had too many responses like that. I think this works for him, and that's why he does it. I think most women are saying yes, and they come into his house. He getting what he wants, then he on to the next.
Right.
And so for me, after I didn't respond to the last text, I felt like you get the message, boy. I'm done. Like, I'm not even gonna respond to you because I don't have to.
Right.
You're not worth my time, effort, or energy. Then the most surprising thing of all is the next day. Good morning, beautiful. Boy, what? It's not. No, beautiful is not here anymore. Beautiful's gone. You're blocked. Like, I didn't even think I needed to block him because I thought, okay, after you did all that shiggity and I didn't respond. Clearly, you're not going to. Clearly, you know this is dead. But no. Good morning, beautiful. Good morning. Hey, the Hope Coach is here. She says we'll catch the replay. Oh, yes, ma'am.
Always.
Yes, ma'am. And she says, hey, Queens. Hey,
the Hope Coach. How are you?
Yes, ma'am. Yes. I need y'all to be tuned in to Lisa Digne Live because the Hope Coach is gonna be on Lisa Digne Live in May. And baby, I cannot wait. I have been watching her content online, and she is the genuine article. She is the truth, baby. So I already know we're gonna have a good time. She said, oh, this is good. I know. So we are just talking about boundaries and how so many people get it twisted when they try to cross your boundaries.
Right. That's happened to me. That like the same thing, them long paragraphs, that don't bother me. I'm like you. I think after we have a conversation and I don't respond to your shiggity, I'm like you. I don't need to block you because my non-response was a response.
That was a response, but the good morning,
Exactly.
beautiful, that almost took me out because I was like, what?
Right. The
Excuse
same
me?
thing happened to
Did
me.
you
Because
not
I'm
get
like,
the message? The message is no. The message is you're done. The message is this is dead. This ain't going
exactly.
nowhere. But unfortunately, a lot of women don't stand by their boundaries and don't stand by their word. So they do feel like they can circle back. Let me give her a couple weeks, and her phone gonna be dry. So let me circle back. She can be happy to get a text. No, baby, my phone stay dry, and it's fine. It's fine. I'm so
Absolutely.
okay with it because I'd rather have my phone dry than full of shiggity.
Right.
I'm good.
That part.
Facts, and this is from the Hope Coach, facts, and we must hold them accountable. Jess had an encounter with someone, told them the conversation was over. They kept texting, man, and she said, I just deleted.
Right.
See, that's so weird to me. Like, if I'm done
Right.
talking, we done talking. We done
We're done
talking.
talking.
Please do not keep texting me.
Right. Because at this point, there's no conversation going to be had after that. For
And that's
me.
gonna get you blocked.
Right. I just did that.
Oh, the Hope Coach saying it was my sister. Everyone must comply with the boundaries. Okay.
Hey, she said,
Yes. Everyone.
everybody. Everybody.
There's no special badge. You
No.
don't have all access. And I had to tell my sister that once. I will never forget this. She came to my house, and I've always told my family member, do not come to my house unannounced. Don't do it. Don't do it. It doesn't matter if I'm not doing anything. It's my boundary. It's what I like. Don't do that.
Right.
So she came to my house one time and was knocking, and I was sitting on the couch in view of the window. Big old window in the living room. She told through the door to me, I see you. I know you home. And you're going to continue to see me, but you will not come in because I done told you.
Miriam said, yes, everybody, Miss Miriam, everyone.
All of them.
All of them. Everybody.
All of them. Yes. The Hope Coach say that part. And Ms. Diva say set foundations and respect.
Absolutely.
Yes, I think the biggest problem is rooted in the fact that most of us are unable to be alone. And I keep telling women that is your superpower. When you can stand alone and when you can rock through this life alone, that's your superpower. I ain't saying that you need to be alone, but I'm saying you got to be able to do it.
Absolutely.
Because once you can do that, they don't have nothing to hold over your head. Everybody will try you. Your friends will try you. Your family will try you. Your significant other or people who are interested in you will try to hold their relationship over your head. And they'll feel like, oh, I'm going to just stop talking to you. Okay. Because I don't live or die on your conversation. So, okay. That's fine with me. So that's your superpower, ladies. If you don't learn nothing else from Black Coffee with a Side of Tea, please learn that your greatest power is being able to stand alone and walk in your own authority and walk in your own power. Because once you have that, no one can stop you.
Absolutely. I definitely agree with that. And we were talking about that last week and Zoe was talking about being alone. We both of us sentiments was I enjoy my own company. You got to enjoy your own company in order to invite somebody else. You got to know yourself first. Know thyself. Know how you like to be by yourself and know that that's okay because at the end of the day, we leave here by ourselves.
Absolutely.
We came here by ourselves. We're going to leave back out of here the same way.
Right. And I'm not taking away from the value of others because, yes, we're human beings. We need love. We need concern. We need attention. We need others. But the point of the matter is you can survive even without the things you need. We know that because there's people that survive for 30 days, even longer without food or water, stranded in the desert or stranded on a mountaintop. You can do it. It may be hard. It's a challenge, but you have to learn how to do it because that's where people, they can't stop you. Once you are the type of woman that can stand alone and be in your power, you can't be stopped.
The Hope Coach said that's how you coach people to treat you effectively by knowing who you are and how to treat you. Absolutely.
Yes.
You gotta show them. You gotta show them.
Yes.
Miss Diva Reese said we We need all of that, but know the difference between wanting a man and needing one. There's a complete difference.
I think there's a difference, but I do believe in my heart of hearts that we need a man. And I know a lot of women don't like that. I don't need no man. I think we do. I think that a woman needs a man and a man needs a woman. But again, we need water. And some of y'all go all day without drinking water. You ain't dead. We need exercise. We need sunlight. We need a lot of things, but we can survive without some of those needs. Right. So while you're in your position of waiting for that need to be met, you have to learn how to make it without the need.
Absolutely.
You got to, you know, because if you don't, it's just like anything else. People will have power over you. Absolutely. And you don't want that. You do not want that.
Miss Miriam say, "Amen, Coach." Mrs. Diva Reed's laughing. Yes.
I mean, yeah, I think you know, one of the greatest lessons I've ever learned in my life is learning my own power. And once you know, and that's the thing about Black women, where they get us mixed up and get us off track, is a lot of times we do not know our own power. We are not aware of our true identity. So we allow people to tell us who we are. Exactly. We allow people to define us, and we allow people to tell us, you're not this, you're not that. How would you know? You don't know me better than I know myself.
Absolutely.
I know Lisa Dene. So when people come at me and say, oh, you're this, you're that, I'm so happy that you're strong enough to have an opinion, and I appreciate your opinion. But that's all it is. Exactly. It's just an opinion. You know, I can't go to Webster's Dictionary and tell them, I see this definition, but I think it's something else. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. And when you publish your own dictionary, you can put that definition in there. But this is how we define it.
Okay, you spitting like rappers say bars. Yes. You're giving the wisdom. They ain't understanding. Y'all should be taking notes. Better be taking notes.
Take notes. Miriam said, girl, I need a man, but I ain't thirsty. A man. But let me just say this. Sometimes I am thirsty. Ain't nothing wrong with being thirsty. But what the problem comes in is when you act on it. It's just like when you're hungry. If you ain't got no food, you got to go sit down somewhere. That's all you can do. What you gonna do? Go beg for bread? Go beg somebody for a plate? No. You go sit down somewhere and let your stomach just say, hey, you just be like, hey, we ain't eating today. We're going to be all right, though. Sometimes, you know, a lot of people use that word thirsty, and a lot of people get men, and that's what's wrong with the men now. They scared to talk to you because they don't want to look thirsty. I need you to be thirsty for me, baby, because sometimes I'm thirsty for you. But I don't mean I'm going to be running after you just because I'm thirsty.
That part.
Shoot, I'll be thirsty sometimes. You know how it is. You've been exercising, you be thirsty. You be swallowing that spit. You just keep trying to let it spit.
Right. I'm a little dry, I'm a little parched.
Man, hey, but you make it.
Right.
You make it.
You do.
And that's the whole point. You will survive. You will survive. Don't compromise yourself, though. Do not compromise yourself, because it is not worth it.
No,
It is not worth it. Yes, desert thirst.
Okay.
I am not going to sit up here and lie and act like, and that's what I don't like about some women who teach empowerment. They act like, I'm strong, I'm powerful, I don't need nobody. That's the lie. We all need somebody. And as a woman with a vagina, baby, I need some man. As Miriam said, a man. But let me just make it very clear. I got a lot of needs that currently are not being met, but I'm still surviving until those needs are met.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to compromise myself. You know how it was when you was young and you didn't get a car. You ain't had no car yet. You wasn't out there tricking for a ride. You just got on the bus.
Right.
And you walked.
Yes.
You made it.
But because there was no Uber at that time. So you had to get on the bus.
You did what you had to do, but you didn't compromise just because you needed a ride.
Right.
So it's the same when you need a hug. We are women. We need a strong arms around us sometimes. We need them strong man arms. But I'm not going to compromise myself to get it.
That part. That part.
We
The
were
Hope coach.
created from need by God. Exactly. This I agree because that's what the Bible tells us. Man was not meant to be alone. That's why God created woman. And
Right.
so we can't sit up here and act like she said the side of tea is a full meal. Thank you, Hope Coach. We can't sit up here and act like we don't need each other because we do.
Yeah.
We do. But you have to be aware, just like we talked about, like she said, a meal. If you need a meal, you're going to settle for a Twinkie just because you need a meal? Now,
No.
I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait until I have a steak and potatoes and a side salad because that Twinkie ain't going to have me full.
Nope. It's gonna make you mad. It's gonna make you
That
mad.
part. And some of these
It's
Negroes is making y'all mad.
exactly that part. That is exactly right. Y'all
Because you
get these
won't wait.
tweaking men. Y'all getting these men that's satisfied for the moment, but
Yes,
it
you
is
won't
not
wait
a
on that.
permanent fix. It's not a permanent fix.
You're not willing to wait on that full meal. You gotta wait. You gotta wait, sis. Wait. It's all
All
right.
right. They getting them Happy Meals. Don't get the Happy Meal. Get the meal now. They used to cost $4.32. Now it costs $8 and $9. Get those meals.
And one thing you will learn about nutrition is that the cheapest food is always that's bad for you. It's always
Exactly.
bad for you. So it's the
Mm-hmm.
same with relationships. The ones that's easiest to come by is always the ones that's bad for you.
Mm-hmm.
You
You
gotta
pay for
wait.
it at the end. You be having stomach aches and anxiety and all kind of things be going on because you
Can't
didn't
live
took
your
the
best life. You can't be free. You got to worry about looking over your shoulder. The man you scared to touch his phone. I mean, who want to live like that? Who wants to
nobody.
live like that?
Mm-mm.
It's
Mm-mm.
not worth the anxiety, like you said. It's not worth it. We
Nope.
too old to be trying to struggle. No.
Absolutely not.
And,
Not at this point.
and one more thing before we go, since we dispelling myths, don't let nobody keep telling you that ain't no good men out here. That's a lie. That's a
It
lie.
is.
It's a lot of
Bold
good
face.
men out here. But it's about what you're attracting to you.
That part.
Because the point is, we attract what we are. So if you keep attracting all these insecure men, you check yourself. Check what you're dealing with. Check
Mm-hmm.
what you dealing with. If you
That's
keep
right.
attracting users, maybe it's a little usury in you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Maybe you got some situations in you that you need to work out. You keep attracting homosexuals. They just need a place to stay. Okay. You might not need a place to stay, but are you looking at men based on needs too? Based on what you need?
Right. That part.
We got to be real about it. Because, see, I'm talking from experience. I had to be real about the type of men I was attracting. I kept attracting these fakers. And I was like, why I keep attracting fake men? They act one way, but that's not even who they are. I
Right.
had to look in the mirror because I was being fake. I
Right.
was being fake. I was playing this fake game like, oh, hello, oh, yeah, boo-boo. Now I'm going to give you the real. This is me. I'm about my business. So in order for you to get to know me, you got to know my business, period, poo. And I
Right.
knew that a lot of men wouldn't like that. So I put on a fake and a front of I was an airhead or I was shallow or I really cared about the Real Housewives. Lord knows I couldn't care less.
Right.
So when I stopped being fake, that's when I start attracting a different type of man.
The Hope Coach says the facts. A lot of good men don't get, don't get got in the middle. Hold
Don't
on.
get got up in that line from that Betty song, A Piece of Man. Okay. She said, don't get caught
Yes. Don't get
up in
caught
that
up in
line
the
from Betty
line.
Wright and no man at all. Because that's a
That's
lie.
right. That she said it best. Can't show your teeth to every guy you meet. It's all right to be a little sweet. Be a mother with the kids, and you know what in the shade.
One other thing I know for sure is if you ever in the grocery store and you looking halfway decent, everybody piece of man breaking their neck. And you just like, Lord, I feel for you, sis. Because I really would hate for my man to be breaking his neck like that.
Absolutely,
I
I've
mean,
seen it. I
yes.
seen a girl on TikTok had her phone and she recorded the men in the hardware store that were breaking their neck looking at her.
It happens to me all the time, and I just be looking at the woman like, sis, come on. Train your man. Train your man. Train your man.
The Hope coach said, come on now. Yes.
It's sad. And that's a piece of man, because ain't a real man is not going to have you feeling no type of way where you're less than anybody. He will never, even if a fine woman pass, he going to discipline himself, because he's like, I don't want my queen to feel no type of way. I want my queen to know she's number one, so I'm not going to break my neck. I'm not even going to notice her. Or I notice her when I'm by myself, but I'm not going to jeopardize what I have to try to notice another female.
Right.
But we haven't been taught, like I said, to be able to stand alone to the real deal come about. But hopefully we help somebody today.
Yes, I hope we did. It's okay to be alone, sis. It's okay until you get that full meal.
Yes.
Like black coffee with a side of tea.
Yeah, work on yourself. Work on yourself. Pick up a hobby, perfect whatever it is that you do in life. And then that person will come about. He will be attracted to you. Because believe you me, when I start focusing on myself, I had to literally, and I ain't bragging, but I'm just saying, I had to literally like shut down my DMs. I'm like, whoa. Your girl's I'm on a personal development road right now. I'm not trying to. No, sorry, but I'm just, this ain't the moment right now. This ain't the season for that. This is season for me. Now, when the right one comes, I'm gonna be like, hey, I will know. I'll nobody approach.
Absolutely.
I believe I'll nobody approach.
Absolutely. I agree with that. You'll know. Us empaths know.
Yes, you won't know by the approach. But thank you for that side of TT, baby.
Of course. It led into a whole bunch of other sides of tea.
Yes. But we want to encourage you guys to follow us on Instagram. And I also want to share with you before we go that we are going to be at the Loud Music Press Junket that's coming up on June 4th and 5th. If you are artists, an artist manager, an A&R, any type of entertainment career, you need to be at this press event. There's going to be media outlets like BET Jams, Revolt TV, 97.9 The Box, 93.7 The Beat from Dallas. Of course, Stunner Radio will be in the building. But please, if you want to attend this amazing event, we would like to see you there. So go to stunnerradio.com, click on the link, because if you click on the link and buy your tickets, we will know that you'll be there and we will have an interview with you. So we definitely want to encourage you to come on out. We want to see you there June 4th and 5th.
Yes, because we're going to be in there.
Yes,
we're going to be in there.
Absolutely. Yes. All right, well, I'm very excited too. It was a wonderful event last year, and guys, it's going to be bigger and better this year. So please, if you want to be there, go to stunnerradio.com and get your tickets. So we're going to do Take This Tea to Go. What you got for him, T, baby? Take this tea to go.
Well, I did also see this particular opportunity for Mary J. Blige. She about to be honored, baby. When I tell you, Mary, when she came on her reign after she got divorced from her husband, baby, she been coming out there. She been on a whirlwind.
Yes.
And cleaning up.
Yes.
And empowering women all at the same time.
Yes.
That's what I love. And that's, she's had her heartaches and her trials, but Mary J. Blige I've always loved her music. And baby, she on a roll. She just kept her head was grinding.
Yes.
Even when her husband was trying to take her down and his child was trying to take her down, she getting her just due.
Yes, she is. The Billboard Icon Award. And only 11 other artists have ever received this award. So this is a big deal.
Absolutely.
So shout out to Mary J. Blige. And what I wanted to mention, give somebody their flowers, is our girl Cardi B.
Yes.
For this cover. I am so proud that she allowed Offset's other children to be in this photo shoot.
That part. That says a lot about her as a woman.
It says a lot. And this is big. And I hope that other women will take note of this, because the kids don't have nothing to do with the drama. The kids don't know anything about that. All they know is this is their father. He has a new family, but you want them to all feel like family. So I feel like this is a beautiful thing to see them embrace their blended family, to have all the children in the photo shoot. That seemed like a big deal to me. And I just want to, acknowledge that. Shout out to Cardi because, regardless of if he wanted to do it, we all know if she didn't want to do it, it wasn't going to happen.
Exactly.
Okay,
so. She on Essence. I like you. Come on, Essence. I can say that Essence, they push the envelope and I love it because they put the real stuff on Front Street and it's celebrating our Black excellence.
Yes. And that was a big deal for a blended family. Well, Thank you guys so much for tuning in with us here on Black Coffee with a Side of Tea. And somebody got a birthday coming up, T baby.
It's your girl, T baby. It's a week before my birthday. Your girl gonna be turning 46, looking like I'm 26.
Okay, T baby, I'm hearing you. So you're not gonna be with us next week, right? Or are you gonna be with us?
No, I need that time to celebrate me.
Go ahead, T baby, do your thing.
I believe it's so important because birthdays are milestones and we should always take the time to celebrate ourselves, even if nobody else celebrates us.
Absolutely.
Because at the end of the day, we live with ourselves 24/365. So celebrate yourself on your birthday and even on a regular day. But for your birthday, those are milestones and those ages pass you by. So celebrate yourself. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to enjoy my birthday. I love this energy that I'm in, and this age that I'm turning is so monumental to me because I'm here.
Yes, honey. Yes. You're coming into your season. When you get seasoned, boy, it's something about it. You throw your chest up a little bit, you hold your head up.
Yes, you walk taller and prouder.
Yes.
That's why I tell women all the time, when you get in your 40s, it's a whole nother ball game.
Yes.
Thank you, Miss Mimi. Yes.
It definitely is a whole nother ball game when you get in your 40s. And I'm over the 40s. Look at God.
Right.
To the 50s. So I am just like in a new season. Let me just say this before we leave. When we started out this year, I had 2 books that I was working on. And I was so like, oh, I got this book. This. I have changed so much. Like I've changed direction. Like I'm not working on that anymore. I'm a new season. It's a new season. So unfortunately, I didn't get those done, but I got something better. I'm on to something better. So I'm super excited. And perhaps somebody else will put those messages out to the world because maybe the world needs it. But I got a different path that I'm on now. So I'm super excited. And I'm excited for you, T baby, because I know you're gonna have the similar experience when you embrace your age. And when you embrace your birthday and growing older, it's such a blessing in it.
Absolutely. I'll say this last thing before we go. On my vision board that I did on the new year, it states on there, growing bolder, not older.
All right now.
And I absolutely believe that when we choose to grow bolder and not relish in the fact that we're getting older, it takes on a different look because you have an opportunity to relish in the fact that you are, like you say, seasoned.
Yes.
In that thing, you done been here a good while. You done learned a lot of lessons, and you're still learning lessons. We don't stop learning lessons because we turn another age. I tell my son that all the time. You still gonna learn another lesson just because you got a year older. It's a new lesson, a new opportunity to do something different and be proud of yourself. So that's what I'm proud of me. I'm proud of me. So I'm
yes. And we're proud of you too. We're gonna miss you next week, but we will be back next week, you guys. So we see you next week. Thank you so much for tuning into Black Coffee with a Side of Tea. And we love your interaction. We love your comments. And we will see you next week.
Bye.